Hey, how you doing? You got a Enforcer 250, and as you can see, this is my new toy, and I got a custom cover for my Aircom 1000. I'm gonna remove the cover and just warm it up and just go through the basics of its menu system. I'm not going to get into depth about or great detail about the amp. I'm just going to show its basic functionality, and I'm going to lift the cover off, and as you can see, this is the beauty right here. Yep, brand new. Let me just turn this baby on. There's a main switch in the back of the unit, which you got to click on, and then on the OLED display, it shows you the model number of the unit, and then you got to hit the main power button, and that in turn goes through a warm-up process for the tube, a single tube. Let me see, how does that go? Okay, now as you can see, it's warming up. Goes to 150-second warm-up process, and you can't do anything to the amp or with the amp until that process is completed. And as you see, the indicator flashes while it's in the warm-up process, and you have the band selector, tune, and load. Very simple, very straightforward, and extremely smart. We're talking about an intelligent amplifier. There's nothing on the market like it. This is made in Bulgaria, and probably the best made amp for the money you can purchase, even better than the Alpha. This has a better record as far as longevity and reliability. Nothing can touch this amplifier. It's a shame that America doesn't make amps like they used to. I mean, there's really nothing that can touch it. If you want to look at the Ameritrons, they're decent amps, but they're only intermittent duty cycle amplifiers. This amp here, with the optional fan kit that was installed, is 100% duty cycle. And this thing, you can key it down, and it'll key down for as long as you have breath in your lungs or air in your lungs to talk. This thing just doesn't stop. And it does have, like I said, it does have the optional fan mounted in the back. Let me see if I can illustrate real quick. As you can see, this is the back of the unit, and that's the external fan. As I'm just pointing to the back of the unit, and this here is the single steel ceramic tube. That was the top of the unit, and the unit's still counting down. It's down to about 24 seconds and counting. And I'm just going to go through the process. This is just a basic video. I'll probably make another video of the unit while I'm actually using it. But once this thing warms up, it's about 9 seconds away, you're going to see that flashing power indicator. Okay, once this is warmed up, it'll say, alright, look at that. That's the exhaust temperature. It gives it to you in Celsius and in Fahrenheit. And that's basically what the temperature is coming from the exhaust. You see? You see that indicator has shown you that she's warmed up. And I'm just going to go through the basic menu features. As you can click here, it says next. By the way, you got to go and click it on operate. Let me see if I okay, it's warming up. Okay, there's the load. See, when you key up, see that little indicator? When you key up, you utilize the load control, and it'll key up in either to the left or to the right to let you know that this thing is being properly tuned. And then after you do that, you tweak it with the tune control, with the tune knob, and for maximum power. So let's just go through the different features. Forward power is showing you as 0 watts because I'm not keying up. Reflected power, output power, antenna VSWR from your antenna, your RF drive, RF gain. Look at that. Plate current, high voltage right now is about 2768. This is just amazing, man. And I'm just using a little striker just to give you an idea what I'm running. And what I say, plate RF peak voltage. Let's go to the next screen. Screen current, DC power input, back to the exhaust temperature from the unit itself, from the tube itself. And this has tremendous functionality and features as far as protection. If you overdrive the input with RF, it'll say excessive drive, and this thing would automatically go into a fault mode, and it explains the fault condition, and you have the option of clearing the condition or just hit the operate button there, and she'll go right back into transmit. So you never have to worry about this thing being overdriven, or if you have high VSWR at the antenna, and if it exceeds I would say I would say 4 to 1. I mean, but if you have a condition that bad, you shouldn't be transmitting, period. Excessive plate current, like I said, excessive RF input, excessive temperature, this thing will shut down. And when I say shut down, it'll go into a standby state. So it's very, very intelligent. And then it has a list of various fault codes, which you can download online, what they mean. But this thing tells you everything. It's just tremendous. And that goes back to the original screen. And when you want to put this baby into transmit, you hit the operate. All right, and then you could go back, loading cap, and now this thing is ready to transmit. All right, so it's a very straightforward amp. Let me go back into standby. When that oh yeah, this another feature this unit has, which is proprietary to ACOM, is if you excessively drive, you key up and you have a input that's not favorable to the tuning at that particular frequency, this thing will go into an attenuator. It inserts I'm not sure, I think it's 6 dB input attenuator. I could be wrong with the exact number, but you can always research that. And that an illuminated LED would come on telling you that the input has been attenuated, so you can't damage anything. And you can once you unkey, you can turn that attenuator off. It's like I said, it's automatically inserted this way, and there's no damage that was done. Or for instance, if you go to the band selector and you're on the wrong band where the antenna may not be resident at, and you key up, this thing will automatically insert that input attenuator. So I mean, it has tremendous fault, how can I say, protection capability, whether it be heat, whether it be excessive current on the tube, or whether it be excessive RF input. And it tells you a screen will be displayed telling you the fault indicator, and you can resolve the issue just by looking at that. There's nothing on the market that even comes close to this amp. It's not cheap. These amplifiers are very well made, and you get what you pay for. So I'm just going to turn this baby off. Let me go to the power. There. Right now, she's in the off state, as you can see. And there's a button in the back of the unit that actually a switch that I don't know if you could see it, but let me switch it in the back, and boom, now the unit is turned off. There's no power going to the unit whatsoever. And like I said, it's a very smart unit. And this concludes my third part of my three-part unboxing. And I'm going to put the this custom cover back on the unit after a brief cooldown period. And I tell you, you didn't even hear the fan. And this has two fans. It has a multi-speed blower, which is internal, and that blows on that steel ceramic tube. And then you have the optional fan that was installed at the at HRO. That was installed for me at an additional fee. So this thing is just tremendous. And like I say, ladies and gentlemen, you get what you pay for. You want a Ferrari, Lamborghini of amplifiers? You get this amp. Don't forget the name, ACOM. And the model is ACOM 1000. Not the 1010, which I was previously thinking of, but the 1000. And this power output is about the same between the amps, but as far as quality, you know, they're both very much the same quality, but this has a larger transformer and a power supply, much heavy duty transformer. This will give you continuous 1K output or PEP at all modes. All right, whether it be digital, SSB, this thing will, you can drive this thing all day long. It won't even feel it, you know. But you know, like I said, it was a difference of about $900,000 between the 1010 and the 1000. And I said, you know what, let me go for the better model of unit, you know, because it's an initial investment, and this is something I'm going to keep for a long time, and hope to have many years of you know, good use with this machine. So I guess that will conclude this video of the unboxing part 3, and just give you a little idea what the capability of this amplifier is. I didn't actually go through the process of keying up the radio and showing you the outputs of different levels and tuning it. I could do that for a later video, or you can actually go on YouTube and they have videos of this particular model. And this model, by the way, I forgot to mention, has the new OLED display. If you notice, it wasn't a green backlit display, which was incorporated in the older model. And even the power button LED above the power button has been updated. So if this is a brand new model, nice OLED display versus the LCD display, which easily can become washed out if you look at it from the side. So you know, it paid to get it at this time, because I got the very most recent model available. All right, that concludes part 3 of my unboxing of my new toy. I showed you in the first part of the video the AT that's going to be erected once temperatures are more favorable for doing so. And then, like I said, the second and third part will conclude the opening of the amp and functionality through the various menu settings. So until next time, you have the Enforcer 250 with part 3 of my 3-part video. Hope you enjoyed, and if there's any questions, you can always catch me on the air, and I'll be glad to help you out. With that, you have the Enforcer 250 somewhere around the lower deck on my little ACOM, and I just got down.